you that I've not hit go live. So thank you, honey, for telling me that I didn't go live. So for those of you that missed my whole however long intro that was, 4 minutes, I was having a lovely conversation with myself. As you can see, I am solo today. Solo that I don't know how to go live. And we want to thank Law Jones for bringing us the quote of the day. The quote of the day is, solo travel not only pushes you out of your comfort zone, it pushes you out of other zone expectations as well. And that's by Susie Strutt's solotravelsandtips.com. So let me say, so thank you, honey, for giving me the cue to go live. I think I'm now live. And good morning to Bama Nola. And good morning to Law Jones. And good morning to the Gaylords. And Law Jones says, if you make friends with yourself, you will never be alone. And that is so true. And welcome in Cindy, who is the better half of James. I hope James is doing well today since he's not here with us. And let's see, we have Eddie Lugo Studios. Good morning, Eddie. See, Eddie, I needed you because I did not hit go live. Chet had to tell me, you're not live, hit go live. So I apologize to everyone for that. Because it's so much harder to do this by yourself, you know it. And good morning for Cruising for One. So see, Cruising for One, I did need you because if I had sent you the link, we would have both been talking to ourselves and no one else would have been there with us. Let's see. And Baby Enzo and Ringo, they're not even with me today. They've even abandoned me. They're out there in the living room on their little bed. And let's see what else is going on in the chat here. Everybody's saying good morning. The dogs are not taking over. They're not even in here. And good morning to On Deck with CB. So now I have a lot of respect for Kurt that does this by himself without Marsha around, because it is so not easy. There's way too much to remember. Let's see. So our topic today is going solo. Would you go solo if you had to be by yourself and the person that you normally travel with isn't able to travel with you? Would you go solo? How do you feel about going solo? Do you think that you would be like ousted from other people on the trip with you, you know, other passengers on a cruise ship if you were by yourself? Would you make friends? I'm pretty a friendly person. I like talking to people. I'll just strike up a conversation with people. So for me, I wouldn't feel like I was all alone, but I would probably seek out things where other people are at. I don't think I would enjoy just kind of being by myself. And good morning to the Z Show. And good morning to Chet. He's here with us. Yes, he's at the dentist today, and I am going solo. Let me get weight. And good morning to the Fearless Rambler. Good morning, Fearless Rambler. And good morning to the Bone Tired Travelers. Let me get down here past all of the mess up that I did. Robin, please tag the quotes. I can't do that because I'm not over on that. I apologize for that. But any of the moderators can pin the links at the top. Let me see. I'm sorry, but I'm trying to get down here where everybody's at in the chat. If I've missed you, please let me know that I missed saying good morning to you. And good morning to Ocean Travel. Did the show start? Chet wants to know, did the show start? Somebody tell him that the show did start. And good morning to the Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla. Is this thing on? Bone Tie? That was me, guys. I'm so sorry. I forgot to hit go live. And good morning to Sharon Rowland. Let me see. Looks like, Mark the Shark. Good morning, Mark the Shark. He's on the Harmony of the Seas as usual. And good morning to Captain Billy. Good morning, Captain Billy. And Z Show says the star of the show is finally here. It must be because I finally hit go live, right? Let's see. I apologize, guys. Normally I scroll through this in Chat Talks, and you can't hardly scroll and talk by yourselves, right? Here's Captain Billy. I like going live solo and cruising solo because he's a hashtag introvert. See, I'm not an introvert. I'm an extrovert. So I think I would be okay going alone. I've done lots of things in my life alone, but going on a cruise, that'd be pretty big. And I do know that the Z-Man, he is also a solo traveler as well as Cruising for one. And Law Jones says, I think it would be a whole different kind of experience. I'm right there with you. I think it would be a whole different kind of experience. I would definitely want to sit at the table at dinner with people. But then when you think about that, we've sat at a table before with other people and there was one person solo. And many times, if they don't actively engage in the conversation, they kind of get left out of the conversation. So that's kind of, the bad thing about going solo. If you're not willing to participate in a conversation, maybe you just enjoy listening to other people talk. I like being part of the conversation. And Fearless Rambler says he would not go solo. It would feel like a business trip. Well, there you go. Some people would just have no desire whatsoever to go solo. Chet says he's not going solo either. No way. And so for those of you that put up hashtag SLJ, I now gave that duty over to the Nightbot. So if you put in hashtag SLJ, the Nightbot will put up your link. That's the only thing I have Nightbot doing right now. I wanted to give our moderators a break from putting up so many links. And I'm also going to be doing some other things with moderators here in the near future, just to give them a little bit of break. So many of our moderators moderate for so many channels. For example, Eddie Lugo, he is like Meg. He moderates for lots and lots of channels, and we don't want to wear any of our moderators out. We want to keep them around for a very long time. And so if you see us doing some different things with moderators, please don't feel like we're doing anything against you or against anyone. We're just trying to give our moderators, some breaks. And good morning to Paul. He brings us our YouTube TV guide on Facebook. And good morning to the Moonlight Adventures. And, we have a new person joining us, someone I've never seen in our chat before, Cajun Country Travels. Let's all welcome Cajun Country Travels to the chat. Welcome, you guys. So Cajun Country Travels, usually Chet is here with me. I typically do not do this show by myself. But he is at the dentist this morning, so I'm going it alone. But we hope that you join us back on another day when Chet is with me. We normally have morning shows Monday through Friday from 8 to 8:30, where our Saturday show is an hour-long show, and it's at 10 a.m. And we are the kickoff for the Raid Parade on Saturday, which is at 6 p.m. And those all times are Eastern Standard Times. And we do try to, thank you, Moonlight Adventures. They are driving while listening. We do try to design the show so that you can be doing other things instead of just looking. But I apologize today, you guys. And Cajun Country Travels, the booze cruise will be my first solo cruise. Oh, really? Well, that's exciting. But you're going to be going on a group cruise, so there's going to be lots of things for you to do and lots of people for you to hang out with. So it won't be like being on a ship where you don't know anyone. You have the opportunity to meet a lot of fabulous people. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to make the booze cruise. It's the time of year where I'm not allowed to go on vacation. But you're going to have a fabulous time. And good morning to Sharon Rowland. And she's telling Chet, yes, the show had finally started. And good morning, Backlash Fisherman. No, I do not have Chet in the dungeon. That's too funny. And good morning to TNT Adventures to Sea. They could not go solo. There's no way. They are like two peas in a pod, and one pea in a pod is just not going to make it. And good morning to the Avid Fisherman. Robin Bigfoot knows about solo. Yes, he does. See, Bigfoot's not afraid to be solo. He goes solo all the time. How about that? And let's see, the Gaylords. Oh, that was the link for the today's quote. So Gaylords, if you don't know how to pin it, if you click the three little dots to the right side of the quote, and it'll say pin the message, it'll pin it to the top of the chat. Thank you so much for that. Cruising for one. My NPT personality makes okay, so I do know what that means. Gosh, and I took personality class courses. I should know what that means, but right now I'm just drawing a total blank. Makes solo cruising great for him. And here's Mark the Shark. After losing my wife from brain cancer, I promised her I will continue to cruise with big cruisers. Yes. But now it's like that's all I've done is solo cruising. It's a little different at times. I would have to agree. I think it would be a little different at times. Um, it's different when you've cruised with a spouse or a partner for a long, long time, and now you're cruising alone. It would definitely be different. And I totally could see that. Cruising for One says he gets a private table, so he likes sitting by himself. And everyone's wishing Chet good luck at the dentist. Woo. And here's Fearless Rambler. He says, at Mark the Shark, which restaurant should me and Terry go to on the Harmony of the Seas? It's their anniversary. So I do know that Mark the Shark likes the chef's table. But as far as the other restaurants on that ship, I don't really know what they are. Excuse me. And let's see what else is down here in the chat. Good morning to Elaine. Elaine, good morning. She says, I am too much of an introvert to travel alone. So I am an extrovert. And so I don't think that traveling alone would be that big deal for me. But I know it would be a big deal for Chet. Even though he is an extrovert, I don't think that he would really like to go on a cruise by himself. And Cruising for One, the crowd goes wild. Woo! Let me see here. Everyone's saying good morning to each other. I really do appreciate that so much. And here's Bone Tired Travelers. I think I'd like solo cruising, once again, because they're an extrovert. So I wonder if the majority of solo cruisers are extroverts as opposed to introverts. And Cajun Country Travels says they're going to do something special for the veterans in the group. Oh, yes, that's going to be very nice. I need to write that down. Maybe we need to check about veterans in our group cruise as well. So we have a group cruise planned as well. We have a group cruise planned with TNT's Adventures to Sea and Sea Lake Journeys. We are doing a group cruise together. And here's our little commercial. So join us on our group cruise with Sea Lake Journeys and TNT's Adventures to Sea on the Norwegian Breakaway, leaving Miami on May the 19th through the 26th, 2024. So there's plenty of time to plan. We are going to be going to Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic, St. Thomas, Tortola, and Great Stirrup Cay. And TNT has made a Facebook page for the group. So join the Facebook page so you'll know all of the activities and all of the events. And we are going to have a fabulous time. How do you book this cruise, do you say? Well, that's a great question. Why don't you reach out to Ocean Travel, and Bruce would be more than glad to book that cruise for you. He has got some great deals for us. He's got some great opportunities. You actually get to pick. What would you like to have? Would you like to have some free internet? Would you like to have a free drink package? Would you like to have some onboard credit? We would love to have you on our group cruise. Just so everyone knows, this is not a quote unquote vlogger cruise. This is a group cruise. You do not have to have a YouTube channel. We actually have some people going with us that are not YouTube channels, but that they do watch YouTube and they enjoy our show. So come on and be part of our group cruise. We would love to have you. And Backlash Fisherman says, Chet isn't going to the dentist. He's going to the brain doctor. Well, as swollen up as his face is, I don't know. And the Z Show says, thank you, Robin, for all your support for the past 46 days. So the Z-Man has been sober for 46 days. And I think that's great. I think it's fabulous. I really wish that he would just continue that on and be sober for more than that. I'm not sure how he's accomplished that, because most people cannot go cold turkey and stay cold turkey that long. I know even for me with when I was diagnosed with celiac disease, trying to get away from a donut, that was very difficult. So I'm not sure how he's managing it, but good for him, right? And so here's what Eddie Lugo says. Eddie Lugo says, Chet is taking care of the crocs out in the pool. I guess so, right? And the avid fisherman says Bigfoots would be champion at solo cruising. I know, right? I'm not sure how I'd feel about having Bigfoot on a cruise with me, or Sasquatch, or whatever other people call him, or the abominable snowman, whatever other versions of Bigfoot that there are out there. The Gaylord says it's not an option for them. I tell you what, another thing about doing this show by yourself, you don't have time to take a breath. You don't have time to swallow. I don't know how people do shows by themselves without dead space. I hate dead space. I can't stand dead space. And I know I've got a lot of dead space today, so I apologize for that. Here's the Moonlight Adventures. No solo for us. Have to have chaos, and it's not fun. I agree. I have to have quite a bit of activity as well. I would have, like I said, I'd have to be around some people for me to be a successful solo cruiser, because I would go stir crazy. I would go a little bonkers. And cruising for one, my wife would last about 10 minutes on a cruise before she would have to be medevaced off. She gets very anxious on the water. So you know what? They're making these ships nowadays where you don't even have to see the water. You know, like a lot of these great big royal ships, they have the what they call it, Central Park in the middle of the cruise ship, and you don't even have to see the water. So, you know, I don't know. I would probably encourage her, hey, just try this with me. You don't have to see the water. We won't stand out on the deck. You'll never see the water. And here's Captain Billy. He says, cruising for one, INTJ here as well. I need to get out my personality quiz here and remind me of what those are. I even know what I am for myself, but I can't remember what it is right now. The Gaylords. I can strike up a conversation with anyone or even a wall, but I would not cruise alone. See, and that's, you know, that's part of it. Part of it, I do believe, is how comfortable would you be being by yourself? And the Moonlight Adventure says, no idea what those acronyms are. I do know that they're like, gosh, I wish I had if I had my notes here, I could tell you. I used to keep my notes like a little card that told me all the, you know, the breakdowns of them. And it has to do with your personality type. Gosh, I'm drawing a blank. Maybe tomorrow when Chet's here, I can tell you what they are. And Cruising for One says, thanks, introverts unite. And hello to House of X. Thanks for joining us this morning, House of X. And the Z-Man is reminding everyone to please hit that thumbs up. Thank you so much. And Backlash Fisherman, I wouldn't travel without my daughter at least. So, you know, a lot of people that have someone that they've traveled with for years, such as a spouse or a partner, and that person isn't traveling with them anymore, sometimes they do gravitate towards a friend or a child and travel with them. I have met many people on cruise ships that travel with their grandchildren, and the grandchildren take turns traveling with grandma or grandpa or whoever it might be. And I'm so excited because there's 30 of you in here, and I am trashing this show. And the 30 of you that are hanging in there with me, thank you so much. Please come back when Chet's with us again. I'm not sure, his face is so swollen. I'm not sure how much he's going to be able to talk tomorrow, but at least his little body will be sitting here. Let's see. And Law Jones says, Squirrel Talk, Moonlight Adventures, Acorn acronyms. Let's see. And TNT's Adventures to Sea. Terry and I would not go solo. Pretty lost without each other. That's true. You know what I think I'm going to do, since I am doing this show by myself today? Let me add a little bit of background music, only so that it's not dead air when I have to swallow or something like that. Okay? Is that all right with you guys? So we're going to play a little bit of background music. I hope that's not if it is too loud, you just let me know and I will turn it down. If it's not loud enough, let me know and I will sure turn it up. Let's see. So Cruising for One says, don't forget, you are a unique individual, just like everyone else. That's right. You are unique in your own way. And, you know, if you like cruising with a group and you don't like solo cruising, I forget who it was that said that they're going on the booze cruise. Oh, it was Cajun Country. going on the booze cruise solo. Well, that's really not going solo. You're really going with a group. You're just going to be in your room at night by yourself or changing clothes by yourself. So if you're a solo cruiser, come on with us on our group cruise. If you want to try solo cruising, or if you've not cruised because now you are a solo cruiser and you don't know how you feel about that, come on with us on a group cruise. Find a group cruise to go on. Do know that Ocean to Ocean, he books group cruises, and so there's a lot of YouTube channels out there that book group cruises all the time. There's always a cruise to go on where you necessarily wouldn't be all alone. And here's Bamanola. I think I would like going solo instead of going with my wife's whole family. Visiting just one day is just enough, not 7 days straight. So I told you earlier that Bamanola, he goes on a cruise with a whole entourage of people. So he might try solo cruising just to get away from all this. You love your family though. I know you do. I know it's just a lot of fun. And good morning to the beautiful Keisha. Good morning, baby girl. Let me see what else we got here. Backlash. Avid, I will be nice. I will be here nice. Not to talk. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know. And good morning to CME Traveling. Good morning, guys. So, Kurt, I got a lot of respect for you doing this by yourself, dude, because this is not easy. I didn't even push go live. And here is Cruising for One. I love being able to do what I want when I want. I usually spend about 3 hours in the gym. Not sure anyone else would want to do that. Yeah, so if Chet was to go solo cruising, he would spend time in the gym by himself too. He already does that. He'll leave me in the cabin, or I'll be taking a nap or sleeping, and he'll go off to the gym. He's not. We both of us don't mind doing things alone, but traveling alone, I think, is a lot different than just doing things alone. And Sharon wants to know, how are the puppies doing, Mark the Shark? My puppies are not even in here. I don't even know where my puppies are. And good morning to Pedroza Travel. Good morning, and how are you? And Sherry's Awesome Sunsets. Good morning, and on deck with CB. I probably would not go solo. Adam is a great cruise buddy. I'm not a scaredy cat, but I wouldn't feel safe without him. Now, that's another great point. So would you feel safe going on a cruise by yourself? Or getting, I know that a lot of people that go by themselves don't get off the ship because you're basically in another country, many times a third world country, and you don't feel safe getting off the ship. Now, that's a really good point. I don't know if I would feel safe going off on a shore excursion by myself. I would probably make friends with some people on the ship, or try to find some people that were doing the same shore excursion I was doing, so that I could kind of hang out and team up with them, or at least follow them, so that I wouldn't be all alone. Chet and I did get separated one time. I believe it was in Cozumel, and I got to a part of Cozumel where I should not be. No one spoke English. I was extremely upset, and I had a little freak out. So thinking about that, if I was a solo cruiser, I may not get off the ship. That's a very good point, just for the safety factor. And Tia T's Adventures to Sea. Looking forward to meeting everyone on the group cruise. I know, so am I. I just can't wait to meet everyone on the group cruise. I think it's going to be fantastic. And let me see. Let me get back up here to where I was. And Cajun Country Travels says, I will be easy to see on the booze cruise. At the sail away party, I'll be wearing my kilt. So I think that's funny. You're Cajun, but you're going to be wearing a kilt. I think that's cute. First of all, Chet would love to have a kilt. He would wear a kilt. He would wear a loincloth if he could. First of all, I think a kilt is a sexy thing for a guy to wear. I love a kilt. I love a loincloth too, for that matter. Cruising for One. Just imagine you are claustrophobic. If you are blindfolded in an elevator, would that help? If you have a phobia, it's not the reality of the situation, it's the idea that you're afraid of. Oh, that is so true, Jeffrey. It's not about being alone. It's not about traveling by yourself. It's about the fear. And that just goes right back to the fear of being in danger. What if something happens to me? What if I get sick? I mean, that's why a lot of people don't like living alone. What if I get sick and I'm here by myself and no one knows I'm sick? What do I do now? So that's an excellent point. Excellent point. Well, I'm coming up to my time of 8:30, even though I started 5 minutes talking to myself and did not hit go live. I apologize for that. And that just cut time short, but that's okay. And the astute traveler, tourist, good morning. Nice to have you with us. And on deck with CB says, Marsha, can you tell me how to write my name before the channel's name? Write your name before the channel's name? I'm not sure. Do you mean putting the @ sign in the chat? I'm not sure. And thank you, Kurt. He says that I'm doing great, and solo is a tough job. It is. I don't like it. I would rather not have a show than try to do it by myself. And Gaylord says there's only 10 thumbs up. Come on, people. There's 31 of you in here. There should be 31 thumbs up. I love that. Thank you, you guys. Let me see what else is in this chat before I have to cut out of here. Everyone's saying hello. I love seeing you guys say hello to each other. Lol Jones, it's okay if you have to swallow and breathe. Even Blink Robin, you're allowed to. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's see. Well, it looks like everyone is just saying hello to everyone. I apologize if I missed anything in the chat. TNT's Adventures to Sea. When you travel in our Facebook group, you will never be alone unless you want to be. That is so very, very true. If you want to be by yourself, you can. So I think that I have to go. I appreciate all of you being here today, and I appreciate all of your concerns for Chet. And hello, Carmelina with the win. Thank you for joining us this morning. And thank you all for, being here with me while I was by myself. And Keisha says, Chet in one cloth with his silver hair. I know, right? So until tomorrow morning, you guys, we'll see you around the channel. I got to get my end screen up here. Sorry. Bye, guys. Make sure to go over and see Kurt and Marsha, okay?